Well, more talks take place on Ukraine this week, but a ceasefire still feels very much out of reach, let alone any lasting peace. There are now four key players in this crisis. Firstly, the aggressor, Vladimir Putin. He hasn't changed his goal to eventually control all of Ukraine and, at any cost, to expand Russian influence into old Soviet territory. For now, he's happy to talk peace as it buys him time. Secondly, there's Ukraine, which understandably wants all its territory back. And if there is any immediate ceasefire, it demands security guarantees. But its relationship with the United States is strained, especially after that Oval Office bust-up. Thirdly, America, where policy has changed substantially since the arrival of President Trump. He's now pushing hard for a deal, not for victory, but just to get out. Trump has made it clear, no long-term American support. And he wants a minerals deal to compensate for the cost of the US support so far. Now, I don't recall Ukraine, or indeed any country, asking for similar conditions when it responded to America's plea for help in Afghanistan after 9/11. And finally, there's Europe, left to face Russian aggression alone if America pulls back. A new coalition of the willing is forming in support of Ukraine, but big questions remain about how it might work in practice, given the root causes, namely Russian aggression, remain unaddressed. Now, the overall trend is very clear. America is bizarrely increasing its relationship with Putin, not confronting him. This geopolitical shift reflects Trump's abrupt but very real realignment of US foreign policy. With his America First doctrine rejecting traditional global leadership and defending world order in favor of nationalism, transactional diplomacy, and strategic disengagement. This is the real world that we now face, the dark chapter that we've now entered. So there are some tough questions ahead that demands Europe to revisit its security posture, its defense spending, and its relationship with the United States. And it's good to see Britain taking a lead here. Let's not forget the last time President Trump made a deal to end a war was in 2020 with the Taliban. He sidelined the Afghanistan government, brokered peace with the enemy, and offered no long-term security support. Look where all that ended. We can't afford to let history repeat itself.